Thank you for joining me on the Investing for Freedom podcast. This is the last episode that you're going to hear from me in 2022. It's been such an amazing year, but on a lot of fronts too, this has been a challenging year. It's been a challenging year for many people. And I'll be honest with you, you've probably heard me talk about this a little bit, but it's been probably the most challenging year of my life. And Kara and I've discussed this, on a couple podcasts, but we had a really challenging year. A lot of times everything looks great, from a business perspective, and it is. Everything looks great from a life perspective, and it is. And you hear this said so many times, social media, we only put our good stuff up. Everybody puts their best stuff out there. And this is why it's so important too, by the way, to have strong community. A couple things or a couple groups that I need to shout out, and maybe a couple of humans that I need to shout out. GoBundance, first and foremost. Like, what an amazing, amazing, amazing organization. Tagline is healthy, wealthy, generous men who lead epic lives. And, if you're curious about GoBundance and you are a guy who feels like you need some more deep community in your life, reach out to me. Love talking about GoBundance, love being a part of it. I do get credit when I refer somebody, but that's not why I do it. We need community. And there's a quote by Henry David Thoreau that says, most men lead lives of quiet desperation and go to the grave with the song still in them. And I don't want you to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy or girl for that matter, because there is a few women, or a lot of women actually, that listen to this podcast, but it is a smaller percentage of my audience, but I don't want to single out, women here. So it's important as we wrap up 2022 and we go into 23, that we find these communities. And so I mentioned GoBundance. There's a community called Front Row Dads, which is just such a great, great, great organization. Kara and I are launching a community, a next level couples community this next year. It's going to be a virtual community. Price point's going to be much more affordable than our in-person community for obvious reasons, but keep that on the forefront. If you're interested in that, just text the word couples to 480-531-7519. We'll get you on the list. We still have our couples mastermind open. I mean, at the time of recording, we have a couple spots left for 2023. This has probably been just a godsend for Kara and I. We built what we wanted and needed, but the couples that joined us first couple years have been amazing. And, every single couple that was in that group had challenging experiences throughout the year, and we all do, and we need people to talk to. And like Thoreau said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation and go to the grave with the song still in them. I don't want us to be that. So find the community that you need to be in. And so anyway, back to, this year being the most challenging year of our lives, we lost a dear, person that was close to us. And, that kind of rocked our world. Death is not something that I've had a lot of experience around, other than, from, my grandparents and people that I loved, obviously. But I've had a couple tragedies in my life. One of them was, younger in my life, and I didn't really know him very well. He was my cousin, and I really, really looked up to him. But, I don't think I really had a chance to process that. But the loss that we experienced this year was really, really close to home, and it was close to our family, and it was close to some, extended family members that we really love, but have grown to love even deeper. And it's challenging times, and there's a lot going on in the world, in the area, in the arena of mental health. And I've seen loss outside of our family this year with people that, it looked like they had everything together, but they didn't have anybody to talk to. And even people in the GoBundance community, we've lost a couple people there that even had people to talk to and had community. So the reason why I'm saying all of this is not to be somber and sober, but for us to just really reflect and look at what, this next year holds for us, and where we can go deeper and where we can help people. This is one of the reasons why I love GoBundance, by the way. It's like, it's like a whole life millionaire concept. Multiple pillars, and any organization like Kara and I's couple mastermind, we talk about other areas. It's not just about money and investing. And in fact, if you've listened to this show, you'll know that Investing for Freedom is it's not a real estate show. It's not a business show. It's not purely about money. It's about investing in freedom in an entire holistic lifestyle, which is really what we're going after when we're talking about raising capital and buying assets and buying businesses and stacking up real estate and wanting to get more passive income. Why do we want more passive income? To spend more time with the people that we love, to have more experiences in life that mean something. And we get so tied up in the arena of making money and business and stress. And, I don't have time to be home for dinner tonight. And sorry, babe, I'm going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks. And, and some of that's fine. I'm not faulting anybody for that. I've had those seasons myself, but we just have to come back to like, why are we doing this? And why does it matter? And on the other side of anything that matters in life is a human, whether it's our wives, whether it's our husbands, whether it's our children, whether it's our extended family, whether it's, employees, whether it's business partners, dear friends in the communities that we're involved in, et cetera. On the other side of everything that matters is a human. And, very few of us book a trip to Tahiti or Hawaii or, Cancun or wherever it is that we want to go, a ski trip, and go on our own. Why? Because fellowship, communion, community, that's where everything is. And so as we go into 2023, I just want to, I wanted to share with you, I'm committed in 2023 to go deeper, to provide more value, to build community as big as I can. And this is not my main business. Investing for Freedom, I don't bring sponsors on. The Couples Mastermind is not mine and Kara's main business. We don't make a lot of money at it. I'm not saying that we don't make money, but this is a passion for us, giving back, escalating the net worth and the mental health and the overall health of society and humanity is a big part of what drives us. And so I just want to challenge you to dig deep and look, what is it that you have in your life that you need to double down on and do more of? And what is it in your life that you need to maybe, exclude? And again, just the reason why I brought out, this is the hardest year of my life that I've experienced. And, we had a big move. We were building a house. We've been financially stretched this year, into some things that we've never been here before. We have some big visions and growth that we want to do in some businesses that we're launching. And again, tragedy, in the family and navigating all of that with kids and also simultaneously, Kara and I transitioning into season 2 because our children are no longer children. They're all adults now. Kaiten's turning 19, actually 2 days from now when I'm recording this. It's just been a huge year of transition, and you just never know what somebody's going through. But also, whatever you're going through, just realize that we're all in the same boat. I want to say to you, I'm here for you. Text that number, 480-531-7519, if you need to talk to anybody. Join that elite private community. I've got that private community that I've been talking about, and it's $99 a month through January 2nd. It's going to end at midnight on January 1st, and you'll have that price for life. Join that private community because I'll be there, and that'll be a community that's full of men that are just, obviously hard charging, wanting to grow. But also the thing that I've realized is, just like GoBundance says, their tagline is healthy, wealthy, generous men who lead epic lives. I couldn't have said it better than GoBundance did. And that's what I want to build in the elite community too. So just know that you're not alone. That's my message. And no matter what you're going through, there's hope on the other side of it. So like Thoreau said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation, and they go to the grave with the song still in them. What is your song? What is it that that you need to get out to the world, that you hesitate to share because the world tries to push us down? They try to, we do a good enough job beating ourselves up, and then the world comes along and does it too. So what's that song that's in you that you need to get out this next year? Text me at that number and just let me know. Join the community, rally around us, whether it's the couples community or the elite community. I would love to have you come into my world this year. And there's so many of you that listen to this podcast. I've had people that have listened to the podcast from day one and never said anything until a year in, 2 years in, even recently. I would love to hear from you. If you've got value from this, go leave me a 5-star review. I would appreciate that. But reach out to me on Instagram, reach out to me on that text number, join that elite community. It's month to month. You can quit anytime you want, because I want to hear what that song is that's in you. And I want to help mine that out. I want to be one of your greatest encouragers to get that song out of you and get it out into the world. One of my favorite scriptures, and if you've listened to this podcast, you've heard me say this before, but it's Proverbs 13:12, and it says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. When we lose hope, our heart gets sick, our entire being gets sick, our mind gets sick. And that's why we're dealing with such a mental health battle these days. That's why we're losing so many people. And I'm going to do everything that I can to not lose, one more. I'm going to help everybody that I possibly can. And so if you need anything, seriously, reach out. So Proverbs 13:12, hope deferred makes the heart sick. I don't want me or any of you to be in the boat. What is that song? What is the thing that you've lost hope on that has made your heart sick? Let's talk about that. The next part of that scripture is awesome. It says, but when desire is fulfilled, it is a tree of life. Another version of the Bible says, when inspiration comes, it is a tree of life. When we're younger, all of us are born with an imagination. We're born to create, we're born to build. But as we get older and older and older, we learn to suppress that. We learn to stop dreaming. Our parents tell us, you can't do that. Like, don't, people around us, our teachers tell us, you can't do that. College tells us you can't do that. Our employers tell us you can't do that. It's can't. And then we get to the place where hope deferred has made our hearts sick because we've lost that hope. We've lost that song in our hearts that Thoreau was talking about. And we take that hope, we take that song to the grave. But the other side of that is when a desire is fulfilled, it's a tree of life. When inspiration comes, it is a tree of life. So I want to help be that for you. And I just want to encourage you to let's go into 2023 with bigger dreams and bigger visions and put that stuff out there, man. Big, hairy, audacious goals, as Jim Collins said. What's the worst that could happen? You set this massive goal and you only get 50% of the way there. Like, that's the worst case scenario. Or you can stay where you're at right now. You can keep your little dreams. You can keep those quiet things, that song that's in your heart that maybe you've shared with your wife, or maybe you've shared with your husband, or maybe not even, because you're scared to get judged. And this, Rob Murgatroyd talks about stupid idea time, and I love it because it means it's a safe zone where there's no judgment. Let's have some stupid idea time together. So whether you text me at 480-531-7519, or whether you join me in the elite community, or whether you invest with us in a deal in 2023, or whether you join me as a business partner, or whether you come on the team, we're going to do some huge hiring and growth in 2023. Yeah, I know we're in a recession in air quotes, but I'm going to build and go as big as I can. So whether you join us as an employee, or whether you join us in the mastermind, or whether you join us in the virtual couples community, whatever I can do to help you, whatever I can do to help extract that song, I want to be that for you, because I don't want anybody to go through what we've gone through this year and what so many people have gone through this year, what these individuals are going through that, are struggling with hope deferred, losing that hope. I don't want any more people going through that. And I know I can only do so much, but if we rally as humanity and stop buying into the narrative, all the ugly stuff out there they hate, and the splits and us against them, I refuse to buy into all that. I want to be a force for good, as Tony Robbins says. So join me this year. Text me, reach out to me on Instagram. I just want to hear from you, and I want to be that force for good. If you're that person that has a song in your heart and it's something great, don't be like most men, as Thoreau said, that lead that life of quiet desperation and you go to the grave with the song still in you. Let's extract that out. Let's go out there and make this year great. And I would love to figure out how I could be a part of that and how you can be a part of my life. So text me. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but text me at 480-531-7519. If you want to just talk, just text me there. If you want to join the elite community, text the word elite to 480-531-7519. If you want to join the couples mastermind, any of that. If you just have questions about GoBundance or any of the other communities I'm in, text me. I want to hear from you. And as we close out 2022, I hope it was a great year for you. And even if it was a challenging year as it was for us, it was also one of my greatest years ever. We accomplished a ton, and we're set up to probably have one of our best years ever in 2023. And when we're going through growth and change and stretch, we're going to places we've never been before. So of course it's going to be hard. So if it's been hard for you, just know that on the other side of that is greatness, and we just need to push through. We need to extract that song out. And remember, if you've lost that hope, if your heart is sick, on the other side of that, when desire is fulfilled, when inspiration comes, it's a tree of life. And so in 2023, I just can't wait to, hear from more of you, take relationships with those of you that I've already built deeper. And for those of you that, we've never met, I look forward to doing something together in 2023. So go out there and just make it awesome. I love all of you, really. I just love people. I feel your energy. I hope you feel mine. I just love humanity because, again, on the other side of anything good in life is a human. So let's go out there and make it awesome. Cheers.